Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. At last, RID American Pickers star Frank Fritz's final wish before death revealed as loved ones remember him on 61st birthday. In the wake of American Pickers star Frank Fritz's passing, fans and loved ones have gathered to reflect on his life, legacy, and the quiet but impactful dreams he held. Recently, a close friend revealed Frank's final wish, a heartfelt desire that spoke volumes about the man he was outside of the spotlight. As loved ones commemorated what would have been his 61st birthday, they shared stories, memories, and most poignantly, his wish for a lasting impact beyond his own journey in the world of picking. Frank's life was filled with discoveries, adventures, and a career that made him a beloved figure to millions. But like many public personalities, there was a side of Frank that he kept private, known only to his closest friends and family. His wish was something that resonated with those who knew him best, reflecting his passion for preservation and his hope to leave behind something greater than himself. Though Frank Fritz became a well-known figure through American Pickers, he was, at his core, a man who cherished simple pleasures and authentic connections. Despite his fame, Frank was never one to seek the spotlight for himself. He preferred meaningful interactions and the thrill of the find over the trappings of celebrity life. His quiet demeanor and gentle nature earned him a place in the hearts of fans, who saw in him an authentic love for history, antiques, and the joy of discovering hidden treasures. Frank's quiet presence on the show contrasted sharply with his co-star, Mike Wolf's more outgoing personality, and this difference helped define the unique dynamic that made the show so popular. But Frank's heart was always in his work, his friends, and the collectors he met along the way. His wish, shared posthumously, reflected his dedication to preserving the past and sharing stories through the artifacts he cherished. As loved ones gathered to honor Frank on his 61st birthday, they revealed a deeply personal wish he had expressed in his later years. A desire to establish a foundation dedicated to the preservation of antique items and collections. Frank had hoped to create an organization that would educate future generations about the importance of history and preserving vintage items, hoping that others would see the value in treasures often overlooked or forgotten. The idea for this foundation was something Frank had often spoken about with his friends, though he kept it largely under wraps, preferring not to overshadow the work he did on American Pickers. He wanted to create a legacy that would help young people understand the importance of preserving history, not just for monetary value, but for the stories and memories behind each item. For Frank, every antique held a piece of the past, a connection to the people and stories that shaped the world. Frank's vision for the foundation was ambitious. He wanted it to serve as a museum, educational hub, and community center, where people of all ages could learn about the art of picking, the history of collectibles, and the significance of preservation. His goal wasn't fame or fortune, but to make sure that the history he spent his life uncovering would be accessible and meaningful to those who came after him. On his 61st birthday, Frank's loved ones and former colleagues took a moment to remember the man behind the camera, sharing fond stories and reflecting on his journey. Mike Wolf, his co-star and longtime friend, led the tribute, calling Frank one of a kind, and reminiscing about the countless hours they'd spent driving through small towns, exploring abandoned barns, and searching for hidden treasures. Danielle Colby, another close friend and fellow cast member, shared her own memories, describing Frank as a gentle soul with an endless curiosity. She recalled his compassion for the collectors they met on the road, many of whom he would keep in touch with long after filming had wrapped. Frank wasn't just interested in the items they were picking. He cared deeply about the people and the stories behind each find. As they celebrated his life, Frank's friends were reminded of the way he lived, simply, with kindness, and with an appreciation for the beauty in everyday things. His final wish was an extension of this, a way for him to leave a mark that wasn't about fame or wealth, but about sharing what he loved with others. To those who knew him, it felt like the perfect tribute to a man who had dedicated his life to preserving the past. Frank's passing has left a noticeable void in the world of American Pickers, but his friends and family are now working to honor his final wish. Discussions have begun about the best way to establish the foundation he dreamed of, ensuring that it aligns with his vision of education and preservation. Mike Wolfe and Danielle Colby have both expressed their commitment to making this vision a reality, determined to honor Frank's memory in a way that feels true to the person he was. While it's still early in the planning stages, there's talk of a museum exhibit that would feature some of Frank's favorite finds from over the years, along with educational workshops on the history of picking and antique preservation. The hope is that this foundation can become a place where Frank's legacy lives on, inspiring future generations of collectors, historians, and curious minds who share his love for the stories behind every object. As the birthday tribute drew to a close, friends and fans alike took a moment to reflect on the profound impact Frank had on the people around him. For those who knew him personally, his final wish serves as a reminder of the simple, enduring values that defined his life. Frank wasn't just a star on a popular TV show. He was a friend, a mentor, and a man who saw value in the little things others might overlook. His love for antiques and collecting was more than just a job. It was a passion that drove him, and his wish for a foundation embodies that passion. It speaks to his belief in the importance of history, his compassion for others, and his dedication to a craft that he believed in with all his heart. In many ways, Frank Fritz's life and legacy are summed up by his final wish. His journey wasn't about material wealth or fame. It was about the joy of discovery, the thrill of the find, and the connections he made along the way. His vision for a foundation is a testament to these values, a way to ensure that future generations continue to appreciate the beauty and importance of the past. As his friends and family work to bring his dream to life, fans can take comfort in knowing that Frank's legacy lives on, not just in the episodes of American Pickers, but in the lives he touched and the values he stood for. In honoring his final wish, they are creating a lasting tribute to a man who showed us that sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones we can't see, but can feel, remember, and cherish for years to come.